Yeah, it was a really crazy experience because I almost didn't go to the audition.
Wow.
And it completely changed my life.
You've performed on 14 tours around the world with Lindsey Stirling and worked with names such as Sabrina Carpenter, Katy Perry, Green Day, Tiësto, to name a few. When you're standing backstage before a massive show, what's going on through your mind in that moment? And do you still get nervous?
When it's the beginning of a tour or the first time doing a show, I would say maybe the first 1 to 5 times doing a specific show, you definitely have those nerves and that excitement of, oh my gosh, you're thinking about everything. You're thinking about your performance. You're thinking about the steps. You're thinking about just the audience out there. But once you've gotten maybe a week of shows in you or a couple more, that kind of dissipates and it goes away and it turns more into okay, how can I have fun with this? What can I do? As I've gotten more and more into touring and more into performance, that goes away, that those nerves, but the excitement doesn't go away. The best part is when you get to see people's faces when you're out in the audience or on stage versus out in the audience, and you're seeing them and the energy that they bring back to you. It's very much like a mirror. I feel like being on stage and then your audience members, you want a good audience. So if you give them a good performance, they'll come back at you.
Yeah.
But then it's different, being on a show or a tour, a live performance versus a music video. Music video, you don't get really get nervous, at least for me, because you've performed it and then you have takes. You're okay, let's cut, let's do this again, cut, do this again. Unless it's a music video or a performance that's okay, this is a one take. Those are a little bit more nerve-wracking. But if you know that you have a couple of times and chances to do it, then it's okay, I've got this.
For these major shows that you perform in, what's the prep look like? The rehearsals, the training, what's that look like?
We usually have about a month of rehearsal, and that's including dance rehearsals in a studio and then also pre-production rehearsals. So we'll start with rehearsals in a studio, and I might even go a step further than that. It'll be of prepping with the choreographer, being okay, what's our choreo going to look like? How are we going to stage this? Then we move to the studio, we teach other dancers, we kind of get it connected, and that'll be 2 to 3-ish weeks, depending if it's a brand new show or if it's just spot dates or if we've done it before. And then we'll move to a studio where it'll be a mock stage, and we'll do everything with dancers, band, production, costumes, kind of bringing that all together. And then usually we'll get 1 day on a real stage, and then we'll just go from there.
You've done 14 tours. What have you learned from touring so much?
With touring, yes, your job is super important, but it's also learning how to be around people. So you don't necessarily get to go home by yourself. You get to go home to 13 roommates in the tour bus. So you learn how to deal with different personalities. You learn what you need to be able to be in your own zen. Because a normal touring day, I'd wake up, make a coffee on the bus with at least 4 or 5 other people up on the bus. And then you go into a room. With us, it was with the other dancers. So with 3 other girls, you're performing, you're practicing or whatever, and you're getting ready. Then you do your show, and then you come back to the tour bus. So you're with people all day. So you learn how to keep your energy good for the show, but then also keep your energy all day being around people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's that feel like? What's tour life feel like on the bus, the travel? I gotta imagine it's exhausting.
It's exhausting. It's amazing. I will say it's definitely a young person's game. When you're younger, it's everything's amazing. And every time you go to a new city, you're I'm going to go and explore. But by the time, the last couple of years of touring, younger ones would be I'm going to go out and I'm going to go explore. I'm I've been to that city before. I'm good. I'm just going to relax on the couch. I'm going to read a book. You know, so it's really, really fun. It's amazing. But at the same time, it's not as glamorous as you think. I shower every day in a venue, and you have to wear shoes when you shower because it's in a venue and it's kind of gross. But there are some glamorous moments to it too. It really depends.
What are some highlights from that many tours? What are some trips you've been on or countries you've seen where you're man, this is my life and this is freaking awesome?
Yeah. Okay, there's a couple. One, I've performed at Red Rocks twice.
Oh, so come on.
That's been pretty epic.
Oh.
I've performed at Red Rocks twice, but never seen a Red Rocks show. So that's on my bucket list to see a show there.
Yeah.
Performing at Radio City was awesome.
Amazing.
Really, really amazing. I've I got to perform in Puerto Rico, and it wasn't necessarily the show that was amazing. It was the vacation that was taken afterwards with half the people that we were with.
Yeah.
Gotten to be there. I've gotten to tour all over Europe, which was really cool. We got to perform in Europe during Christmas time. So we got to go to all these little Christmas markets, which was really fun. I don't know. I feel like I have so many different memories that I get. Like we were in Utah for some show that we did, and then we all did like a cabin and went ziplining, and like we've just done different fun little things all together that have been amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how's Lindsey to work with?
She's amazing. She is the nicest, kindest, most humble. She's a great artist to work with. There's some artists that are like, don't look at me, don't do this. Like I've had some friends who have worked with artists that literally the artists have to like walk through tunnels to get to set. And she very much is like, she's your friend. She's there. She wants the best for you. Again, super hard work ethic. And just overall a really, really kind artist. And I think when it comes to touring, your experience starts from the top. So if the artist is amazing and the management is amazing and everyone is really kind, then it trickles down from there that it's a really great experience to tour. Because I know some people that are like, ugh, touring, it's horrible, it's this and that. And I'm like, I've never had that experience. Like it's always been good vibes. It's always been fun.
How many violins she's taken to these performances?
Oh, I think I've seen... Oh, she names all of them. I don't remember.
Really?
Yeah, she names them and she like rhinestones them.
Yeah.
Like one is called Bob Ross. One is called, I forget some of the other names, but I think I've seen at least 5 or 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. What's something you've learned from her, from traveling with her so much?
So Lindsey is a very spiritual person as well. And so just learning how to take each moment and looking at it from the glass half full. And like it's lonely at the top. You're constantly on and you're constantly doing this. And I'm someone who I'm an extrovert, but I'm also an introvert. Like I need my time to be by myself. And she is so good with her energy, so good with being super grateful, and being around that it's really easy to also stay grateful. So that's kind of what I've learned from her.
Yeah. Nice. How did that audition come about? How did you audition, start performing for Lindsey Stirling?
Okay, that's actually a crazy story.
Okay.
I was 22 at the time, and I was kind of in a rut with my dance career. I was doing like spot gigs and things like that. And I remember I was specifically home in Florida with my family. And this is always what happens. Whenever you're out of town is when you get the auditions. It never is like when you're in town and you're like, okay, I'm ready, agents. And then you get home and it's like, or you're out of town. And they're like, okay, audition. You're like, great.
Yeah.
So I was home with my family and I got this audition and it was from my agency. And everything about it, I was like, oh my God, this feels very much like a job for me. It was like, we want good vibes. We want dancers between the heights of like 5'1" and 5'3". And generally for dancers, like you kind of want to live in the like 5'5" to 5'7" range. That's a lot of artists are a little bit taller. So when I got a specific like short girl call, I was like, wait, this is for me. It was for technical dancers. It was for a tour. Like everything that it said, I was like, wait, this feels very much like me. But my flight was for 2 days after the audition. And I was telling my mom, I was like, oh, I can't make it. And she's like, why? Just change your flight. And I'm like, okay, tried to change my flight. And it was like $500 more to change my flight. I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. So then I was like, do we know anyone who's like a flight attendant or like a pilot that we can get on a standby flight? And my mom's best friend actually is a pilot. So he's like, I can't guarantee anything, but let's get you on a standby flight. I was the last person on this flight, get home, get in, and then go to bed, wake up the next day, try to start my car wouldn't start. So I'm like, oh my God, call my best friend. I'm like, hey, can you please drop me off at this audition? He's like, yeah, for sure. Drops me off and I'm the first one there. And I'm just like stretching, getting ready. And I they have someone come out and bring out numbers. So for dance auditions, you have numbers usually placed on you or clipped to you. And I waited a little bit to grab my number and I grabbed it. My lucky number is 31. I don't know why. It just has always been like a lucky number for me. I also think it's the opposite of 13. So it's like lucky versus unlucky. And I got that and I was like, something, and he was like, okay, I think I'm gonna get this. Like, it was like a sign. So from my agents was how I originally got it. Then I get there, I start doing it, and like, I've gotten so many no's. I've gotten so many yeses. I've gotten so many different, like, you know, in this industry, you have different ebbs and flows with it. And the entire time in the audition, I was just like, I have this. I know I'm going to get it. And so we did one round of learning a combination or a dance that they have. We learned it in probably 20 minutes. They did like half of the girls, they cut them. And then we learned another dance. And then from there, they had, I think, 8 of us that they just like back to back to back. We're like, okay, you 2 dance together, you 3 dance together, you 4 dance together. And I think it was a process of like 5 hours maybe. And then at the end of the audition, they called me and one other girl, and they're like, hey, can you guys come up to the table? We go up. And I've never gone to an audition before where they tell you right then that you get it. And they're like, yeah, so you guys need to be available in 2 weeks. And I was like, I literally dropped to the floor. I was like, what? And they're like, you got it. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And I'm sure they thought like, this girl's so green. She's so excited. She's so whatever. But yeah, it was a really crazy experience because I almost didn't go to the audition.
Wow.
And it completely changed my life going to this audition. And the amount of like countries I've been to, shows that I performed in, experiences I've gotten to have. And I just think like it takes one little thing to get you sometimes to where you need to be. And I was really in a spot in my career that I was just like, not that I was about to give up, but I was just like, you know, it was almost, I was over it. And sometimes it's like, have you seen that meme before of that guy like, digging that hole before he gets to treasure and then he like walks back?
Yeah.
It's like, I felt like I was almost there. And then, yeah, I'm glad that I had my mom being like, no, change your flight. Let's figure it out. Let's get you back there.